Alaskan homemaker. I'm Mary. Today we're going to be making kimchi. We harvested our napa cabbage from our garden and it did bolt. It's starting to make seeds, but hopefully I'm hoping it'll be okay and we can still make kimchi with it. So we're gonna get started cleaning it up. They're huge. There are bugs on them because we just got them from outside. Okay, I am going to cut the end off. Okay. And we're going to be washing this all really good. I'm going to pile it in my big strainer. We want it to be bite-sized pieces, so I'm going to cut the leaves in half, stack them up and cut them in half, and then get them into bite-sized pieces. The green parts will shrink up more than the white parts, so I'm going to just make them into what I think would be good bite-sized pieces. I'm going to cut it in half. Okay. This part that was starting to go to seed, I'm going to pull that part out, which is right here, this part. And now I'm going to cut this, and then any leaves that don't look good, I'll take those out. Get rid of those very ends. Okay, and I'm just going to wash a piece and see how it tastes since it did bolt and make sure it's okay. And then I don't go through all that effort and then it doesn't taste good. It tastes good. It's fine. Yay, I'm so glad. Okay. So now we'll get the other ones. I'm going to get the outer leaves first and stack them up. That one doesn't look too good. These. Oops. I'm going to put all of these ends and stuff into a compost bowl. And now we're going to dump all of our napa cabbage into the big kimchi bowl. I think I'm going to rinse this outside. That's what my mom did when she was here. And it's a lot easier with the garden hose. So here we go. Okay, we're going to rinse our kimchi with the garden hose. it's all clean. We're gonna go back inside. We're gonna salt our kimchi now. It's all clean. I picked out any pieces that didn't look good. And now I have the Redmond's real salt, and I'm just gonna sprinkle some salt and get that mixed in. Okay, that was like 3 heaping tablespoons. I think I'm gonna put about 3 more tablespoons of salt. Well, maybe 2 more tablespoons. Like that piece doesn't look good, so I'm going to take that piece out and put that in the compost. Okay, and now we've got it salted, and now we're just going to let this sit, and then every now and then we're going to come and we're going to give it a toss around and let that salt draw out some of this liquid in this kimchi. And it looks good. I'll see y'all in a bit. Our kimchi is doing good. You can see all the water that has been drawn out from the salt. And it's been about 40 minutes. And you want this white part to be like crisp, but still you're able to, I don't know, it's not rigid. It's flimsy. And it shrinks down a lot with all that water drawn out. And now we're going to give it a good rinse, all that salt water off of the kimchi. So we're just going to dump this into our strainer. There we go. And our kimchi has shrunk down a lot, so I'm just going to use my big stainless steel bowl now. Sometimes I do like a whole bunch of napa cabbage, like 6 or 7 heads of it, but now it's shrunk down a lot, so we can just use this bowl here. I've got 6 green onions here. I'm gonna get these ends cut off. They've been washed really well. I'm just gonna split this white part up a little bit in half. And then I'm going to put them on a bias. That into our kimchi bowl. And I bought some garlic for my kimchi. I still have some of my homegrown garlic in the freezer, but it's pureed. So I bought some garlic and peeled it. And now we're going to get about 5 cloves of garlic. And we're going to smash them with the side of our knife. And then we're going to give it a good chop. Okay, we're gonna get that into our kimchi bowl. I've got some Korean red pepper flakes. I always keep these in the freezer. It's gochugaru. Okay, we're gonna start with a half a cup. Okay, and we're gonna get some salt in here. We rinsed all the salt off, but we do want some salt, so I put a tablespoon and just a dab more. Okay, now we're gonna give this a mix. Okay, we're gonna taste it and see how it's doing. That is really good. Delicious. I think it has plenty of salt and garlic and green onions. And I think I might add just a little bit more gochugaru. Like 1/8 of a cup of gochugaru. When you're making kimchi, it's always different amounts. The heads of the cabbage are different sizes and everything. So you just taste it as you go until it's the right taste. This is like the simplest kimchi that you can make. You can make porridges and stuff to put in here, and you can make a lot of different veggies into kimchi. But this is really a simple kimchi recipe. And when it's fermented, it has a lot of good probiotics for you. You can leave it out for a couple days in your jar. I have some freshly washed jars that we're gonna pack the kimchi into. And you can leave it out for a couple days to get the fermenting going. And then you can stick it in the refrigerator, and as long as you have it in the fridge after you've fermented it for a little while, then your kimchi will stay good until you eat it all, as long as you keep it cold and then keep it pushed under the brine. You always want to push your kimchi down into the jar. Each time you get some out, you want to press it back down into the jar tightly. And you need to burp your jars because of the fermentation. The gases will be trapped in there, so you need to let the gases out of the kimchi jar every now and then. Ooh, it looks really good and it smells so good. Okay, let's give it another taste. Ooh, it's so good. Even fresh, it tastes so good. I love fermented kimchi, but it tastes really good fresh too. I like all the stages of it. So delicious. All right, we're gonna get this packed into jars now. I've got these quart jars. So here's the kimchi jar, and I'm really going to push this down in here. and all the juices will be coming up and get all the bubbles out. When you're burping your jars, you can do that too. You can push everything down and get all those bubbles out, and then make sure all of your kimchi is down in under that brine. Well, I think I'll leave a little room for the fermenting. Okay, so there's one jar. So you want to squish all of it down in there really good and get all those bubbles out. So then each time after you dish out some kimchi, then you want to take your spoon and just smash everything down in there so it's all under the brine each time that you get some kimchi out. And when you burp your jar, you want to use your spoon too and get all those bubbles out and push everything down under the brine. I see an air bubble here, so I'm just going to squish that down and see how those air bubbles come to the top. So you just want to squish that down. After it ferments for a while too, it'll just be really full of all kinds of bubbles, and then you'll just want to give that a good squish down. Okay, and I've got some bands and lids. I'm reusing some lids because we're not canning this or anything, so we can just reuse some old lids that we used for something else. So if you want it to ferment faster, you can just leave it on the counter for 1 or 2 days and then stick it in the refrigerator, and just don't forget to burp it. Burp your jars. Here's a jar of my well-fermented kimchi that's been fermenting for months in the refrigerator. And then here is the fresh one that we made today. So you can see the difference. And this one has a definite fermented smell, full of good probiotics. And here's our awesome kimchi. So delicious. Fresh kimchi is the best, and fermented is really good. It has that good zing, so good, that you can use in so many recipes. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a blessed day, and I will see you next time. Bye.